everybody. Honey Bunny was helping me with breakfast this morning, and he cooked my bacon, and then he put my eggs on. So I'm sort of like scrambling here. So my bacon is done. Here's my bacon, nice and crisp. That's how I like it. Got my cottage cheese. We're going to put a tablespoon of that in. I'm even going to measure for those who are like always telling me I don't know what I'm doing. And got my butter here to put in my grits. Eggs are working. They'll be done momentarily. I got to get a plate for those. Alright, here's the hot water for the grits. Now, back in the day, I would have used the stove method and the old-fashioned grits. However, since I'm just doing a single serving, a real single serving, not the kind of serving that I would have done back in the day. So, half a cup of hot boiling water. Put your instant grits in there. Let them do their thing. I'm going to flip my eggs. And I'm going to get out some regular cheese. Okay, this will thicken up in just a minute. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Alright, this is the end of some 4-cheese Mexican. Looks like there's about 2 tablespoons here. We're going to go ahead and pour that right in. Mostly because I like cheese in my grits. The protein is good, but mostly because I like the cheese. And there's the, whoops, you can't see. There's the eggs. Okay, we're getting ready to flip those. Okay. Do what, honey? Oh, Honey Bunny's going to take care of the eggs, guys. Okay, and I put a little seasoning on there. It's the Kahuna garlic smoked salt from the Tea and Spice Exchange. It's good stuff, Maynard. Here's my tablespoon. Here's my tablespoon of cottage cheese. Just give me a little extra protein since I'm doing the grits this morning. And y'all know that the grits don't have any protein and they're high in carbs, but I'm craving them, so I'm just sprucing them up a little bit. Now, while Honey Bunny over there is flipping those, I'm going to take my 2 pieces of bacon. For those of you who are looking at it and say I can count and there's 4, I cut them in half. They fit in my skillet better. I think they cook more evenly that way. So we're just going to tear these up, put them right in here with it. And Honey Bunny, you can put them right on my plate here. And I will squish them up and put them in my eggs. Okay, so there we go. There's the great bacon in with my grits. Eggs will be up momentarily. And then we will have eggs put in there. We will take our coffee that we've added our protein to, and we will go out and have breakfast on the patio. So I'll be right back, and I'll push the right button. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, here's my breakfast. Yes, it's in way too big of a bowl, but I had to mix it, and y'all know, we've had that discussion. When it comes to mixing, I'm a slob. I don't know. I just can't do it without slopping it everywhere, so I just get a bigger bowl. So we're just going to leave it in this bowl. All right, so what I have this morning is I have my grits, which have absolutely no protein in them. For those of you who don't know what grits are, basically they are a ground corn that you add other things to because it doesn't have much of a flavor. Okay, so it's kind of like a filler. Kind of like potatoes. They don't have a whole lot of flavor on their own, but you add things to them. And I was craving them, so I gave in. I haven't had any in months, so I gave in to them. So they have basically no nutritional value for me. But our breakfast still wound up with 35 grams of protein this morning. And this is how we did it. First off, we have 2 slices of bacon. That's 6 grams of protein. Then we have 2 eggs. That's 12 grams of protein. Then we had 2 tablespoons of the Mexican cheese. That brings us to 7 grams of protein there. We added a tablespoon of cottage cheese for another 5 grams of protein. That's a grand total of 30 grams of protein. Plus, I'm using the Orgain plant-based protein in my coffee this morning. Now, that only has 20 grams of protein per container, where the Premier has 30. So, obviously, it's only about 5 or 6 grams of protein. We're going to say 5 in my coffee. That brings us to a grand total of 35 grams of protein for breakfast this morning. Now, if you like things spicy, you could add pepper jack cheese to this. You could add jalapenos to this. Okay? You could add some taco seasoning to it. You can do anything you want. Think outside the box. It does not have to be boring. You do not have to eat the same 5 things every single day. Turn that over so it doesn't blow away. That's one of the things that I hear from folks is their reasoning. I can't say it's an excuse because it's not for them. It's their reasoning that they are failing because, well, we only have, A, B, B. That's all I can eat. Well, no, that's not true. You can eat anything you want to eat. You can't. I mean, if you want to eat, a half gallon of ice cream, you can. Your surgeon and dietitian team are not going to recommend it. Your body is going to rebel. You're going to be sicker than a dog. But you can't. So what you do, instead of eating that half gallon of ice cream, which for those of us who've had bariatric surgery, we probably would have. There's always going to be 1 or 2 people pipe up and say, well, I have PCOS and, I never ate like that. Okay, well, your disease had a lot to do with your weight, but for the majority of us, we used food for something else. We used it as a coping mechanism. So what you do is you go on Pinterest and you type in keto or low carb ice cream recipes. High protein ice cream recipes. You type that in. I promise you, there are hundreds and hundreds of variations that are going to come up. I promise. Okay? I was doing it before my surgery. When this decision was made, I started changing how I was eating. Now, was it drastic? Did I just run out and say, oh, I'm going to do this and bought everything sugar-free and stopped eating sugar and stopped eating carbs? No, because that will make you sicker than a dog. And that's why you have, especially if you have insurance companies, you have a 3 or 4 month waiting period where you're on a program where they can see that you're going to follow instructions. Because here's the deal. If you cannot follow instructions before the surgery, you're not going to follow them after the surgery either. And then your surgery is going to fail. And that's not what you want. That's not what they want. It's not what your surgeon wants. Okay? So, step on the program, the path, the journey. Now, start with small things. Substitute sugar-free creamer in your coffee. Substitute, the sugar-free flavored syrups with some half and half in your coffee. Substitute diet soda. No, you don't have to just stop drinking regular soda. Make it an every other one is a diet soda. Okay? Or better yet, make every other one a bottle of water. Then you're cutting out half the sugar and half the soda. Okay? These are just tips. No one is criticizing you here. These are tips to hopefully help you. Okay? So, you guys have a fabulous Saturday. I will post a few more things later on today. And remember, Mama says, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.